Hey everyone, welcome to our webinar. Today we'll be discussing about the AI takeover in the HR industry. My name is Harsha and I'm a part of the marketing team at PyjamaHR. PyjamaHR is a forever free applicant tracking software designed to help recruitment teams streamline their hiring process. Joining me today is Shivkumar Gurram. Shivkumar is a founder at SourcingXPress. He is dedicated to helping startups scale their hiring by providing comprehensive recruitment solutions with his vast experience in both tech and non-tech hiring. He works closely with startup founders and hiring managers to develop tailored recruitment strategies that align with their business objectives. And now, without any further delay, let's get the webinar started. So, Shivkumar, my first question to you is, how is AI reshaping the traditional HR landscape, and how can HRs utilize it in managing their tasks?
Have to ask me, is that the AI is going to replace the complete human? No, definitely not. And if you say how exactly AI is reshaping the uh, future HR, when I say reshaping of future HR, till date we have seen a lot of manual processes. Something like, given the job description, we just go, we do a lot of screening, we build a Boolean searches, we search resumes on a various portal, LinkedIn, all those stuff. So this sourcing process, identifying of the candidate, that is something kind of AI is gonna reshape it. And there are a couple of tools which are coming in the market, which is already doing it. But yes, again, AI is learning. Again, machine is learning. So better my inputs are, better my prompts are, based on my learnings, the AI is going to improve its own learnings. Based on my inputs, AI is going to improve its own learning and start giving me the right input. I would not say AI is yet ready, but yes, definitely based on the continuous improvement, the continuous prompts, the continuous inputs, based on that, AI or any machine is going to learn. So it depends again on us, how are we going to actually shape our own AI.
Right. All right. Nicely answered. My next question is, how can AI elevate ATS functionality for more strategic and efficient hiring?
Okay, if I have to tell you about the ATS, so there are various ATS in the market, which exactly. So if I have to say like, let's say if I posted a job, okay. So now this job posting is capturing, let's suppose any ATS which is integrated with the 10 other job portal. And let's say if I'm coming something like PyjamaHR itself, where I post a job on a PyjamaHR, it's integrated with 10 other free job portal. It defaultly post a job on those particular job portal, and then we receive the applicants from the 10 different job portal. And at the central source at PyjamaHR, I'm going to see that, okay, fine, I got 100 applicants, and these 100 applicants, this is a breakthrough of each source. So how exactly AI is going to elevate this? So one is that definitely a breakthrough of each source. But apart from that, the second step, uh, once the candidate applies, the second step is that I'm going and screening every profile, and based on my assessment, based on my inputs, or based on my bar, I'm going to reject or shortlist. And once I shortlist the profile, I'm going to put them into the next step. Then what happened to the rejected candidate? Not all 100 applicants are going to be a perfect match. Definitely, if I'm screening the profile, out of 100, maybe out of 10, I'm selecting one profile. But what is good? So if I screen 100, I'm shortlisting 10 profiles. What happened to rest 90? Do I have enough bandwidth to send them the rejection note with the customized templates and all? That is something AI can pretty much take it. So that 90% of time to reject those particular candidates with customized note, that is something my AI can take it, and I can still focus on that 10 particular profile which has been shortlisted by me. Over a period of time, again, AI can learn based on my inputs, what are the kind of resumes on shortlisting, what's the experience level I'm taking a look at, what are the skills I'm taking a look at for a specific job. And based on that, again, AI can learn from my own input and again start shortlisting a better profiles for me and start rejecting the irrelevant profiles for me and start sending them the notes, so that it will also help us to keep to give a good candidate experience. Today a lot of candidate cries around that I submitted my resume, I applied for a role, but I never got to hear from the HR. But definitely this is where AI can simplify the process in the ATS for us. This is on a very high level, but otherwise for every step we can actually implement the AI, right from the job applicant to the offer stage to the post offer follow up, everything. But yes, we need a human over there who is actually overseeing everything and continuously giving the inputs to the AI so that it's again learning based on our inputs and coming up with a better version of it. So again, as I mentioned, we are the one who has to build our own AIs.
Right. I have a small follow-up question. Do you have any suggestions on how we can train our AI based on
It
your experience?
Definitely. See, when we're talking about training in our own AI, it's like continuous improvement. Let's say I say AI, okay, fine AI, these are the 10 different tools. Sorry, these are the 10 different resumes. Just go ahead and shortlisted the best resume relevant to this is the JD. So one side I'm uploading a JD. From other side, there are 10 profiles which are there in the system. Now I'm saying AI, shortlist some of the best of the profiles. Now, AI has shortlisted a couple of profiles. Let's say AI has shortlisted some of the really good profile. I'm not saying that really good profile. But my criteria is I wanted to look for a candidate only from the startup. I don't want from any of the big tech. Then I go back and give an input to the AI saying that don't look for a big tech. Look for some of the startups. Look for some of the small companies. So based on that, again, AI will learn. It will start excluding some of the big tech companies and start including some of the startup. Again, I build a list of startups, give it to the AI, look from these companies, and then AI will learn based on my input, and AI will look only from those particular companies and exclude the list of the companies which are given to the AI and give me the right profiles. So that's one example. Like that, you can have a lot of prompts, a lot of inputs that you can give it to the AI.
Right. So, what parts of the recruitment process can be automated, and what challenges might arise while doing so?
See, as I mentioned, that each and every part of a recruitment process can be automated, but again, it depends on how exactly we are going to automate it, how exactly we are going to teach it. Now, when I say the initial part, a screening part, which is pretty much automated, we can automate, or reach out part. Let's say recently I've been talking to some of the people. They're saying they're also building their AI tools, which can also create a Boolean searches. Okay, fine. I pushed the JD to the AI. Based on the JD, AI has created a Boolean searches. After creating these Boolean searches, I also give a AI access to the APIs of any of the job portals that I'm using, or to the APIs of LinkedIn, or to the database what I have. I give a access to that particular database, or I give a access to the APIs of this particular external job portals or external third party application where I'm sourcing. So here AI has built a Boolean based on the JD, then got into those particular application, started searching with that particular Boolean, started going through the profile by profile, and started shortlisting the resumes. So what I'm doing it today, sitting for hours of time, that is something AI can do it in some minutes of time. And after shortlisting those particular resume, I would say, okay, fine, these are the great profiles, but there might be some more inputs where the manual intervention is required. If I'm completely going to depend on an AI, that's going to be a disaster. But yes, if I'm continuously training my AI, hey, this is a right profile, this is a wrong profile, this is a right profile, this is a wrong profile. Based on that, AI is again going back, improving its learning, and started screening the better profiles. After screening, again the scheduling process where it is very hectic, where I just go call a candidate and say whether they're interested, not interested, a lot of stuff goes on. And again, if the candidate is interested, then again I get into the scheduling. I take a slot from the hiring manager, I take a slot from the candidate, then see the better slot matching. That is something the scheduling part can again be automated. Let's say resume shortlisted. Now these are the candidates in a list of schedule. Immediately AI is sending an email to the candidate with a link which is having an access to the interviewer's calendar, where interviewer is giving the availability. This is my availability. Where AI has sent the link to the candidate. Candidate picked up their own slots and says, yes, I'm ready for the interview. These are the slot. Immediately interviews got scheduled. You don't really have to intervene in between. And then again, hiring manager accepts. As soon as the AI interview is approaching, as a recruiter, I'm sending them the training, basically preparation material. That is something AI can take over. Okay, for this particular round of a discussion, for HLD round, this is the document. For LLD round, this is the document. These are the kind of a sample question for a coding or anything like that. That again, AI can start training their own candidates for preparation of the interview. So all those process can be automated. So a lot of stuff. As I mentioned, every single step can be automated, but how exactly we wanted it to be.
Good, right. Based on your experiences, have you faced any challenges so far?
See, AI is just maturing. I would not say it has completely matured. It's still a baby. It's just maturing. The challenges, as I mentioned, completely of depending on an AI, it's gonna create a disaster. Because recently I've used a couple of tools. Let's say next job hop, where what it does is like it goes to the, let's say if I'm on a LinkedIn profile, and then this particular tool, AI based tool, it reads the complete profile, and then based on the consistency in each job or based on some of the sentiments that candidate is posting in a LinkedIn based on their activity, this particular tool will say the person is open to network or not, means open to work or not. So I've seen those kind of a tools where candidate has mentioned clearly that they're open to work, looking for job change, but these tools are telling the probability of person looking for a job change is very low, because tool cannot read the image. Tool can definitely read the data, but it cannot read the image. But in that image there was a open to work, but where in this tool, based on the profile, tool was telling no, candidate is not looking out for a change, or very low probability that candidate might look for a job. So those are some of the human interventions that definitely needed. So if I'm completely depending on a tool, I'm creating a disaster for myself.
Has any of Could you list like a few tools that have been really helpful to you?
So there are a number of tools, but I would not definitely say now. I will take a pause on that.
All right, all right. Moving on.
Because again, as I mentioned, though I use number of tools, but again, I'm not going to depend on those particular tool, and I don't want audience to explore the tool and start dependency on it. So I don't want people to depend on a tool, rather understand the tool, how the tools are working, and then make tool work for you.
Okay. So what's the learning curve like for HR professionals when integrating AI into their HR processes?
It's first of all understanding the technicality of it from a backend point of view, how exactly this AI is working. As I mentioned, we need to build that thought process of how exactly AI is thinking. Based on that, once our thought process is clear, how exactly AI is thinking, then based on that, definitely I can go back to AI and say that AI, don't do this, do it like this, do it like that. So let's say if I'm using Bard, okay, sometimes Bard is different. Sometimes it gives the right answer, sometimes it doesn't give. Sometimes it says that I do not have access to the internet. Then definitely I have to say that no, in past you have done it, and this is how you have done it. So please repeat the same task again. And then Bard started doing it again. So it was like that.
Mhm.
So definitely, it's not a single try. We have to keep on giving a multiple tries, because sometimes these tools work, sometimes doesn't work, sometimes understand, sometimes doesn't understand. Again, we need to literally talk like a human with these tools, and then that's where again they're going back and then doing a job.
Right. How do you see AI evolving in the HR space in the next 5 years?
Again, if I have to say, simplifying the process of screening, scheduling, shortlisting, all those things, and then candidate engagement. Apart from the candidate engagement, creating up some of the employer referral programs or employee retention, where you have something, um, retention space, where these AI tools are actually sending the set of questionnaires on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis or on a daily basis, and then it's collecting the data and trying to catch the sentiments of our own employees, and we can definitely see that okay, fine, where does, but definitely that has to be drive by the HRBP with a very confidential note. Then that's where people will gain a confidence and start giving the right feedback, how are they feeling about their manager, their colleague, their project, all those things. So once I start collecting that data, how every individual is feeling about their team, their manager, or their project, are they motivated to work with the companies, or are they motivated to work on this particular project, are they doing the right projects, all those things. If I'm catching the sentiments of my own employees, then definitely over a period of time I can see that what could be the attrition rate. There could be a possibility that I can control the attrition rate. So a lot of things like that. So this is just the high level what we're talking today, not in depth. In depth, if we see it, then it's hours. I don't know how much time it's required.
Right. What parts of the recruitment process do you think can be automated? And what parts do you think make sense?
Um, Definitely, I would say one is the scheduling, candidate preparation. But yes, it has to be hand in hand. We can't really depend completely on the AI. It has to be done hand in hand with the AI. As I mentioned, like definitely AI is not going to replace any human, but a human is going to replace human who knows how to use all the various 10 different tools of a AI. So if you ask me what process, what step can be automated, as I mentioned, every step can be automated, but at the same time there has to be a person who is overseeing it and not really completely depending on it. And based on the output what AI is giving, again we are fine tuning our own AIs and giving the right suggestions and right improvement, right inputs to the AI, so that it's learning and it started driving the better results. But
Right.
otherwise, every step, other than the salary negotiation, for now at least, because that needs the human intervention, we really depend on AI to negotiate the salary. Say that, okay, AI, this is my maximum budget. Go ahead and see if the person is ready for an offer. So that's a disaster.
All right. These are all the questions I had for you. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our audience?
Anything else in the sense, see, this is the biggest thing what I'm going to say. Definitely a person who knows how to use 10 different tools is going to replace a person. It's not AI who is going to replace a person. And again, how to use, when I say, it's again the continuous improvement, the continuous integration, the continuous learning is actually really really important. We have to continuously train our own AIs. They're just the baby. It's more or less like we are training our own baby. The way we train, they will grow in that way. So it's something like that.
Right. Okay.
So let's say if people start giving a wrong inputs to the chat GPT or bard, do you think tomorrow chat GPT or bard will give you the right answers? So
Right.
let's say if there's a new GPT which has come in the market and given to the 100 people for a beta testing, just see how this GPT would work. And all 100 people started giving the wrong inputs, started telling A for apple is incorrect. Then AI say you must be correct. Because recently we've seen in the past some of the jokes around ChatGPT. Your wife must be correct, I must be wrong, like that. So similarly, if people start training their own AIs in a wrong way, that is going to learn a wrong way. If they start training their own AIs in a right way, that is going to learn in a right way.
Do you
So
think that this wrong learning could have a negative impact over the next 5 years?
definitely, end of the day, it's learning from human.
So would it overall be a positive step towards the future or a negative?
I would not conclude anything whether it is a positive step or negative. We definitely have to wait and watch.
Sure.
But otherwise, someone who is really working with their own AI, like a parent and child relation, definitely for them it's going to be positive. And someone who is working like just the other person, then definitely there would be a
Right.
mix output.
Okay. All right. So we're open to questions. If anyone has any questions, they can raise their hand and or comment down.
I think Maya raised a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maya.
All right. Maya is putting a question. Uh, how do we ensure that AI-driven HR systems are free from biases and make fair decisions?
How do we ensure that they're free from biases and make fair decision? They are actually see, it's a human who is biased, it's not an AI. But again, if human is biased and giving the biased inputs to AI, that means you're making AI also biased. But if I'm not doing that, then definitely it's a human, it's not machine who has this sentimental nature.
Okay. Suchal has a question. How can we upskill ourselves to navigate AI change seamlessly?
Continuously you have to learn, continuously have to keep an eye open on a various AI tools. Just see which are the tools and what are the functionalities, how exactly these AIs are working. Then based on that we can always create a continuation learning path to be on top of understanding the various AI. Again, it's continuous learning. It's an attention to detail and key to learning is a key to the stuff. And
I think, just give me a minute.
so someone asked, is there any tool or anything that I'm using? So not just nothing like that, but I keep on browsing. I keep on browsing Chrome Store. I keep on browsing App Store. I keep on browsing on Google. I keep on checking with ChatGPT or Bard about the latest tools and all, and that's how I get to come across various tools, and then I get the learnings from there.
All
Let's
right.
say if I just go to a Chrome web store and type in over there AI plus LinkedIn, so I might get some of the tools which are working on a LinkedIn, a kind of a AI tools which are actually working on LinkedIn for various purposes. It's not one or two tools. After the Chat GPT has launched, over a period of means every night one other tool is coming in. So it's something like that. If I have to give you the real time example, how this rainfall is happening of AI tools, if I have to give you some traditional example, okay, till the time there was no Google Maps, till the time there was no Google Maps, there were very few companies which were telling that we are going to give you the home delivery. Okay, and then they used to manually call, manually check, manually take the entire address, and then manually one by one, they come to the city first, then they come to the area, then they come to that particular line, then they come to that particular layout, and then they come to that particular house and deliver the stuff. But after Google has launched Maps, Google has launched Maps for Business. Immediately, we seen a rainfall of various application which is coming up on a delivery based businesses like food delivery or any delivery businesses today which who are coming to your home and giving you the product are basically behind that they're using a Google APIs, Google Map APIs. So all these maps, or there are a couple of map companies also who are selling this kind of APIs, so that this could be useful by various businesses while they are building the any business which has to deal with the delivery in the application. So how this has happened? Only when the Google has come up with that particular maps, that's how the change has happened. That's how the rainfall of various application, the delivery application started coming. Now take the same example. As soon as the Chat GPT or BART, such kind of a AI tools launched, all these AI tools, whatever you're seeing, are backed by Chat GPT, BART, or anything. So that's how you're seeing the rainfall of so many tools, and it's gonna explode like anything. It's already exploded and still exploding like anything. You're not audible, Harsha.
Sorry. We have another question in the chat. By Bhumika, how might AI change the employee onboarding experience?
Employee onboarding experience, how AI might change. So today, how do we onboard? Though I'm not from the onboarding team, but let me help you answer. If you ask me something related to recruitment, definitely I'm the right person. But wherein how exactly onboarding takes place? Let's say if I get the offer from a certain company, then that company sends me a laptop or whatsoever goodies or whatsoever company is sending me. I'm receiving all those things. Then there's a technical team which is coming up and sitting up with me, saying that this is how the process you need to follow in your step. Basically, IT setup, IT onboarding. Basically, there's a technical person who is coming and helping me with the IT onboarding. And once the IT onboarding is done, I have a L&D path. I'm going through some of the learnings, all those things. So if you want to automate this particular stuff, definitely there can be a processes out there. There can be a AIs out there that you can teach to the AI. Okay, this is the date of the candidate and this is their date of joining, and now you coordinate with the all these candidates. Then this AI will coordinate with all the various teams, whether the laptop is ready, whether the other goodies are ready, or whether the joining kit is ready. Yes, if it is ready, then that's where AI is sending an email to the candidates stating that your entire joining kit is ready and expected to be delivered by so and so. As soon as the shipment is gone, it is giving an update to the candidate. Okay, fine, your shipment has been dispatched and expected delivery is so and so date. As soon as the delivery happen, again AI is sending an email to the candidate saying that this is what your onboarding date is, IT onboarding or formal onboarding or any other onboarding and the L&D trainings. So that's how the process can be taken care by AIs, but not again completely. Someone has to again oversee.
All right. We have another question in the chat by Rala D'Souza. I'm sorry if the pronunciation is wrong. Can CVS be automated from email or manually uploaded?
Can
Can CVs be automated or from email or manually uploaded?
can CVs be automated by email?
Yeah.
I didn't get your question, Raula. Can you please?
Hi Shiv
Question
Kumar,
you're
this is
asking?
Ola. Yeah, I just wanted to check if we can upload the CVs directly from the email or AI will help us like automate it to the application.
See, both the things are possible. Let's say if you're sending an email to a specific email ID and that particular resume is triggering to any ATS, by default it is parsing the resume and uploading in the ATS.
Thank you.
Okay, you're not sending it to any one specific person, maybe a unique email ID which belongs to AI or which belongs to ATS, where you send the email to that particular ATS, then by default ATS is parsing the resume and uploading in the system. So that system is pretty much existing in couple of ATS. I believe Workday is one among them. So we have one unique ID where you send a 50 resumes at once with to that email ID, and all that 50 resume gets into that particular job application. You need to give a job number, and then in a subject line you need to give a job number, and then email ID you need to give that unique email ID. Even Greenhouse has this functionality. I use this.
Yeah,
Does that
thank
answer
you.
your question, Raula?
Yes, Shiv Kumar.
Yeah, Greenhouse also has this functionality. There are a couple of other areas also. This functionality is pretty much
Yeah, it's
existing.
like CPAL is having one features where we can directly add the CVs to the portal.
Yeah, yeah. There are a number of ATS this feature belongs to.
Yes.
Moving further, we have a question by Pushpita Pradhan. What are
Yeah.
intelligent agents and how are they used in AI?
What are
Intelligent agents and how are they used in AI?
intelligent agents?
Yeah.
Not really sure. I never worked with any intelligence agents. Otherwise, can you please rephrase? Can you ask her to please rephrase the question? What does a meaning of intelligent agents means?
Sure. Pushpita, you could just unmute and go ahead with your question. Till then, we have another question by Divyani Agarwal. Divyani, you can just unmute and go ahead.
Hey, hi team. Am I audible to you all?
Yeah, Divyani, you're pretty much
Okay.
audible.
Good evening, all. So I have one question, Shiv. For the fact that there is a connect between candidates and a recruiter till the time we call the candidate, like right from the screening till onboarding, right?
Yeah,
So there is a recruiter connect, correct? So
absolutely.
how AI will replace that?
I would not suggest to replace that.
Okay.
Okay, because that human touch is always needed. I'm saying, see, what I'm saying here is definitely there are manual processes what we can
Mm-hmm.
give it to the AI and
Mm-hmm.
let AI do it and you oversee it. But the actual connect between human to human has to be done
Mm-hmm.
by human because it's a human who understand the human intelligence. AI might not be able to understand.
Correct.
If you're trying
So
to automate everything, then it's a disaster what we're creating.
correct. So, if I'm not wrong, so during the entire cycle of recruitment, chef, so when right from getting the requirement from the client till onboarding the candidate, so there are certain phases like salary negotiation is one of them, right? Connect
Absolutely.
calls with the like follow up calls for all the offered candidates, right? And
Right.
so these all are the phases wherein we need human touch, correct? AI will not be able to help us
So
out,
one is a salary negotiation and the initial discussion,
correct?
kind of a candidate preparation. That
Correct.
engagement, the candidate engagement has to be done by every individual recruiter to create that particular relationship. AI
Correct.
can give you the notifications. AI can give you the assessment. AI can tell you, okay, based on my follow-ups to the candidate, these are the number of times the candidate has opened the email and
Mm-hmm.
responded to the email or responded to the call for action, whatever I mentioned the email. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say I send an email to candidate and I keep on checking with the candidate whether they're uploading a documents or not. And if I'm doing a multiple follow-ups with the candidate for uploading a documents, they might get irritated. Rather, if I leave that job to AI might do a warm follow-up with a beautiful emails, all those things, so that the candidate is also not getting irritated. And at the same time, uh, AI is also learning how quick the candidate is responding. After one mail, after two mail, after three mail, after 10 mail, based on that, AI will come. This person has responded. This was the timeline, a quick, immediate, or very slow. and this many number of follow-ups I have to send. So the probability of person joining might be little less. But wherein someone who has responded very quick, again that too also very quick means person is trying to play with multiple offers. That could also be a possibility. But some learnings the AI can give me. I'm not doing. You go ahead and do the multiple follow-ups. You have a lot of other works also.
Correct.
Wherever it is required for you to intervene, you intervene. But don't completely leave up to the AI.
Okay, chef. Got it.
Otherwise, we are not recruiting human. We'll be recruiting robots.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Getting back to
Pushpita.
Pushpita,
What are the agents she asked?
yeah, what
Agents,
are intelligent agents and how are they used in AI?
intelligence agents, I'm not getting what exactly she mean to say.
Pushpita, you can either rephrase it and put it up in the chat, or you can just unmute. Until then, does anyone else have any questions?
Abhishek Saini. Yeah, Abhishek, you can unmute yourself and you can please ask. Just check if you have any question from Abhishek. He has raised a
Yeah,
hand.
can you hear me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, hi Shiv, how are you?
I'm good, Abhishek. How about you?
Fine, fine. Thanks for asking. So
Thanks for
basically,
asking.
I've worked in various consulting company, and I've seen people, using simple Excel sheet and then job diva and whatnot. They are using.
Hmm.
I basically worked in. So the challenge which I've seen in various company, and I think that challenge is getting more and more, is now the learning and unlearning. So as an employee, I mean, sorry, as an employer, how do you motivate? Because people, for example, are using some tool, and then some better tool comes up in the market, but employer is having a hard time to get them motivated to learn that tool, and they think it's not going to affect that much, and but ultimately as a company owner, the productivity suffers if they don't learn. So, and now this thing is getting very big, in terms of AI and all the automated tools.
Hmm.
So as an employer, how do we motivate the employee to learn and unlearn as well?
Drive with the data, drive with the results. So, as a leader, you implement the tool on your own, see the improvements, give a download to the team. See, this was the existing tool which you're using, and this is the new tool which I have used, and this is how the differences I could make. Instead of spending this much of time, I could save on my time, and at the same time, the accuracy is really good when it comes to the relevancy of the profiles or the process wise also it's saving me a lot of time. And that's how instead of doing one or two offer in a month, I ended up doing x number of offers in a month. Give the same story. First you have to, as a leader, first you have to implement by yourself. Nobody wanted to listen if you're just telling them do it or do that. Someone want to see the results first. So first of all, once you feel that this tool is really good, you implement by yourself, see the outcome. Until and unless the leader is not convinced, it will be difficult for the leader to convince the other people. But once the leader is convinced, once the leader has proven it that this is a proven strategy working for me, then I would be really confident to train my people. I would be really confident to upskill my people, and that's where our team will started. This they'll start looking up to us. But directly pushing them to do this, do that might not be. Definitely, that a lot of organization faces the same problem unless leader is not implementing by themselves.
Yeah, so
It's again
basically showing them the result, like
showing them the result, driving them with the data.
okay. And just one more thing, which is kind of related to it. How about, because see, most of the time leaders are not, they don't have the time, or they don't have this technical bent, where they are using and experimenting with all that tools. How about creating a one person team or two-person team, which team is doing the R&D stuff every day, where we
Definitely.
can improve.
I'll tell you my current use case. I'll tell you I'm also providing this trainings on a sourcing and recruitment for various corporates and various companies. So there are some companies which has come, a big companies who has around more than 50 recruiter, 100 recruiter, 200 recruiter, and
Mhm.
then while they were discussing with me about this particular program, I said it goes for 50 hours. They say, no, we don't really have that much of time. I said, you have to spend time. If you have to learn, you have to spend time. Then they were like, but making all 50, 100 people sit would be really difficult for us. I said, see, you don't make them sit all 50 to 100 people or 200 people. Rather, let's do a demo first with your 10 or 20 people who are on the ground. So we did the demo with 10 or 20 people who are on the ground. And then I said, now from these 10, 20 people, you roll out only for 10 to 15 best people who are really keen to learn this particular thing, which is something new. Because till date, they're dependent only on Naukri. But what I
Mhm.
train is like completely, how do you completely be independent from the Naukri job portal? Then I told them, first give me only 5 to 10 people, let them learn first, let them implement first, and once if they see the success, then you roll out to the other teams. So even there are number of companies coming, and I'm saying no company you at a time you go for all the recruiter. Rather, only first do a soft rollout for 5 to 10 people or 5 to 15 people, and if they see the success, then you come back to me for rolling out for the rest of the team member. Similarly, as you mentioned, this is a right strategy where you keep at least 2 or 3 people who are working continuously on a R&D part, continuously on a research part. Let's say if you have a team of 30 recruiter, out of that, at least two SMEs, 2 or 3 SMEs who are
Mhm.
continuously working on a R&D part of a sourcing and a recruiting, and what are the learnings they're getting on a weekly basis. They're continuously rolling out to the other team member. They're continuously mentoring to the other team member. If they found out something new, they're going out, setting up a HRRs, and then asking them to sign up, and then you start rolling out these particular tools to other teams also. And that's how every team can learn, every team can improve.
Okay. Thank you.
It's
Thanks a
more of
lot.
a team efforts, but definitely you need that 2 to 3 SMEs who can drive this.
And in your opinion, how many companies consulting? Because I see, like, your LinkedIn profile also, you have worked in various big names in the market. So, as per you, like, how many companies are following this strategy of doing,
There are many
research?
wherever I went, I followed this.
Okay.
Wherever I went, I followed this. So it depends. But otherwise, there are a number of companies. If you see, since Capgemini, in every company I followed this.
Yeah, but I think most of the small to mid-level companies, they cannot afford, or maybe they are not in a spirit to
So you
do
need a
this.
person. You need a person. It's not the affordability. When I say person, I always seen the ways how do you do a sourcing from a free tools without depending on any job portal, without spending much money. Now, in any corporate, they have everything. They have ATS, they have Naukri, they have Monster, they have LinkedIn, they have everything. But you tell me honestly, are we using each and every tool for its maximum utilization?
No.
Answer is in your hand. You have the answer for it. Rather, I would say which are the best tool, which is really working for me, which is really cost effective for me. And any employee who's working on such kind of a cost effective tool or kind of a free tools and making an offer, no leader will not, no leader don't want to appreciate. Means every leader wants to appreciate them. Every leader want them to go ahead and do the soft rollout for the other team members also. I never faced that any problem with me across the teams, across the managers said, Shiv, this is fabulous. Why don't you give our inputs to the other team members also? So you need a person. Budget is a secondary. Their
Sure.
salary is also same, my salary is also same, but you need a person.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for your inputs.
Yeah.
We have another question from Raula D'Souza.
Mm-hmm.
Raula, you could just unmute, or is the question in the chat actually a question? All right. So her question is, will AI display the percentage of resumes that match JD?
Pretty much there are tools coming in. Pretty much there are tool coming in which is actually doing that. So if I have to tell you, there's one tool called Work Crew, which is a job portal which is coming in a market called Work Crew. This is gonna give you the percentage match of a candidate based on the JD and based on the candidate resume. This is going to give you how much percentage match. the resume is. And there is another tool called Job Analyzer, which is a Chrome extension, where you upload a resume in that tool. In that Chrome extension, you upload a resume, then go to LinkedIn, go for any particular job. Immediately, this tool will tell you how much percentage match is your resume for this particular job, and which are the missing keywords. If you want to make your resume shortlisted by ATS, surpass the ATS, and shortlisted by ATS or human, which are the missing keywords. If you add these missing keywords, then your probability of matching to the job requirement is high. But that tool, definitely people are using. Some people are using, some people are not using. But people who are using, they're really seeing a benefit of it. And this tool is built by a couple of interns during the COVID. Amazing tool, Job Analyzer. And till date, no job portal gave you the percentage match of the candidate, but now there are job portals which are coming in, which are going to give you the percentage match of the candidate. One among them is WorkCrew.
All right.
Yeah, I think PyjamaHR is also working something similar on that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I've been talking to some of the developers at PyjamaHR, so that's how I got to know.
Okay, moving on, Suchal has a question. Is AI a doom or boom to humanity? As CEO are using AI to replace employee in the current scenario.
See, nobody is trying to use AI or implement AI to replace human. They're trying to implement AI to simplify the process. They're trying to implement AI to save the time. They're trying to implement AI for cost optimization. It doesn't have to do anything with the human. Now, let's say content writer. Okay, AI has taken over them. Content writer. What was the job of content writer or technical writers? They're writing a long documents and this thing, that thing, and all. And then there is a content reviewer who is actually reviewing the content as per grammatically is it correct or not. But now AI has come. You just give the hint to the AI. You just give the prompt to the AI. It's writing a long content for you. And proofreading also. You upload the document. It's doing a proofreading for you. Or you write your own content and ask ChatGPT or any bot to rewrite it. It is rewriting it in a beautiful way. Okay. So as an employer, what they wanted to see, they definitely wanted to see everything is getting beautified, everything is getting streamlined. So they're trying to implement the AI not to replace human, but to save the time, to save the cost, and most optimized way. So, but a human, if they know how to use that AI, they would not be replacing. Okay, if the human is involved in doing the same tedious task on a manual basis every day, the same thing, and tomorrow if AI learns it, then that human is losing a job. But instead, if human is also understanding how AI works and how I can get this tool, and instead of me working for 10 hours, how I can implement this thing in 1 hour, and similarly how I can take 10 other roles on my hat, so that I'm using all these 10 different AI tools and doing a 10 different jobs by myself, then you're not going to replace.
Right.
Someone who is not learning is going to replace.
Okay. Ankita has another question. Ankita, you could just unmute.
Does that help, Rola? What was that? Suchal.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what is the approximate cost for these AI paid tools? I mean, is it competitive with the LinkedIn or Naukri subscriptions?
Such kind of a job portals are not yet, but yes, someone who is coming, they're very expensive. See, because again, this LinkedIn, Naukri, they have already set the bar in the industry that this is the cost is. Now, any new market or any new company wants to come in a same market, they're also coming up with a similar price ranges based on how confident they are about their own product. Otherwise, if you see any new job portals which are coming in a market, there are some job portals which are way to be on LinkedIn on Naukri as well, because they know that this is our system is really working well. Anyone who is making an offer, anyone, let's say as a consulting model, if you see, you close a role, you get 8.30 plus GST overall 10%. Okay, and you close a role of 50 lakhs and you're getting a 5 lakhs. Now ATS comes and says, or this job portal and comes and says, overall cost for these many seats is a 5 lakhs per year. You say no, it is too much, but they will say it's only the one role, you close it, you will make a money for the whole year. Why are you so worried of it? Forget about what it has taken to build that. That is their own headache. But what price tag they're coming, that's their business strategy. no
Yeah,
comment on whether
but
they're cheap or expensive.
some of the AI tools are free, I heard. I mean, as per
A
my
lot of AI
knowledge.
tools are free. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. We just need a time. We just need to spend a time to understand which are the AI tools are existing, which are free tools. Lot of AI tools. Even I use a lot of AI tools, but I don't even pay a single to any of the single penny to any tool. All the tools what I'm using are free, absolutely free.
Okay. Can you please list, or you can guide where we can get this information, or
You
we
can
can
go
find
to
it on
Chrome
Google?
Store.
Okay.
You can Google it up. They're pretty much available. Or you can go to Chrome Store. Over there also it's available.
All right.
It's just
All
that
right.
you need to know how to search for.
Okay. So we need to explore it on our own.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can
All
connect
right.
with me on LinkedIn. I can share you the details as well.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. We have one question in the chat box. How will AI change the current scenario on how candidates are being screened through manual call and screening?
It has not gone to that extent yet, but yes, very soon it will go.
All right. We have another question from Raula D'Souza. Raula, you could just unmute.
Raula?
Yes, no, I don't have a question. Thank you so much. You answered my question, Shiv Kumar. Thank you, Harsha.
Great.
Does anyone have any other question? All right, that seems about it, I guess. Thank you so much, Shiv Kumar. It was great. It was really insightful. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we all did.
Yeah, pretty much. So that was a great questions coming in fact. So I was not ready, in fact, for that, but yeah, it's all. If you're in that ecosystem, then definitely I don't think you need much preparation for the same things.
Right. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Let's stay in touch. Bye.